Good morning, Altheans. Everyone's in their seat, come into their seat. All right, great. Happy Sunday. Thanks. All right, I've got a few announcements for you before we get started. Our Thursday Zoom call with Community Connections with Catherine Humphreys is still going on, 11 a.m. to 12:30. Join for a conversation around spiritual and inner reflective topics. We also are offering a new class of how to pray the Althea way. Right, that started this past Tuesday, but it's not too late to sign up and do that. That's Tuesdays from 5:30 to 7:30. These announcements are also on the back of your program, by the way, in case you forget. And that investment for that class is $85. And all right, today after service, as always, we have a prayer partner. We have two prayer partners today, Connie and Mike. Are they in here? There he is, okay? And Connie is doing our opening prayer. So if you have something on your heart that you need some extra love and prayer for, they will be there supporting you after the service in Darwin's Den, just down this hallway. Our kids program is back and running. Let your friends and family know that they can come and attend, and we will help them with kids. We'll take care of the kids while the adults enjoy the service, okay? And if you would like to become a member, if you're not yet a member of Althea and would like to show your support this way, please reach out and find Ricky Stanton, he's around here somewhere, or our board president, Bob Bearcaw. They've got an application for you, fill it out, turn it in. There's also an online option. All right, and speaking of membership, we have our annual general meeting coming up. So that's Sunday, March 24th. It'll be part of the service, and before lunch, I don't think actually there will be lunch that day. There will be coffee and some pastries afterwards, okay? So it's kind of a long meeting. It's like an hour long. So our board president will be given the state of Althea, okay? Or the board will be presenting that, okay? So come and find out what's been going on with Althea and where we are now and where we go next. And we'll also be nominating and voting on potential new board members for that at that meeting. So today we are having a conscious conversation led by our board president and his partner Jerry in the historic library, and today's topic is purpose. So are we born with a purpose for this life, or do we develop one as we grow and mature? Are we fulfilling our purpose, or are we clear what it is? All right, hope to see you there. And then last bit, as your volunteer coordinator, I need your help, as usual. I have a new sign-up sheet in the lunchroom, okay? Here's a goal, the mission of today. If you can sign up for one of those either before lunch to help with lunch prep or afterwards for cleanup, it would be amazing if we could fill up the sign-up sheet today, okay? For March, all right? So this is open to everyone. So step in, help out to make lunches go smoother and easier for everyone involved, all right? Those are all the announcements that I've got, so I'm turning it over now to Alice Brink, our MC today. Give it up for Alice. Woo!
That's good. Got to be a good day when somebody says, give it up for you. How so nice to see you all here today on this beautiful day. I'll be your MC. I'm Alice Brink. And I like to start, I do a lot of coaching, and I like to help center with having a person relax, feel supported by the chair, by the building, and by the earth under the building. And so in reference to that supportive earth, let's focus for a few minutes on the energies that brought us here today. We want to acknowledge that this is indigenous land, the land of the Cheyenne, the Arapaho, and the Ute people. It's important for us to name. Their legacy matters because this was their sacred ground, and it's made more holy for Althea because of it. To ensure that this land acknowledgement is more than just a statement only, Althea looks for opportunities to be impactful partners and allies for indigenous communities. Our building is home to 2 nonprofit organizations that impact these communities in Denver. They are the Spirit of the Sun Sisters. They are the Spirit of the Sun and Sisters of Color United in Education, whose work through activism, programming, and education is very impactful. We affirm that we are a community of diverse spiritual seekers. We are growing in diversity of race, gender, sexual orientation, age, ethnicity, backgrounds, and physical abilities. We are evolving in consciousness, moving beyond differences and dichotomies to embrace oneness, unity, and community. We are ever more aware of the past and present biases and atrocities, and are committed to being an open and safe place for seekers to further their journey on the spiritual path toward awakening the spirit of oneness in all. So with that, are there any first-timers here today? Anybody here for the first time? There are a couple. So we have a beautiful flower for you. So back in the back, you get a flower today. It's a good day. And that flower also gets you a free lunch, which is very nice. So if you're holding a flower, don't be surprised if someone comes up and welcomes you personally. That would be wonderful. And so Connie Carter will do our opening prayer.
Okay, let's take this opportunity and just take a breath and move out of the busyness that, we've all been kind of rushing around and visiting and seeing everybody. And just take that breath and allow yourself to be present right here and right now. For it's in that breath that we honor our oneness with all that is of this thing called life. Whether we call that God or by whatever other name is present for you, we know that it is good and very good. For it is out of that goodness that we speak our word, knowing and claiming that this day is perfect. It's unfolding for us and through us the abundance that we have come here to experience. For we are already empowered with that truth that there is more and more than enough. So as we move into that space of accepting and an awareness of the goodness, we say thank you. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, for the goodness that is unfolding right here and right now, in this moment, but also beyond this moment, after we complete this presence in this service and walk out into the real life, that even there, we are one. We are whole, we are complete, we are alive to the goodness of life. And so we release, we let go, feeling that greatness. And we let it be. And so it is. Amen.
Please stand as you're able and join me in Althea's statement of being, followed by the face of God. God is all, both invisible and visible, one presence, one mind, One power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. We are individualized expressions of God and are ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. We are a family. You are the face of God. Thank you.
Well, it's my great pleasure to introduce Susie Peak, our musician today. We're so happy to welcome her back today. She is a professional musician. She has been for most of her life. She worked her way through college playing the violin, earning a performance certificate and a Bachelor of Music degree with high honors. She's played in major orchestras around the country, including the Colorado Symphony, and performed at hundreds of weddings, celebrations, and other events. Help me welcome Susie.
Well, Susie, thank you. Good morning. We have 2 readings this morning. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. The first is from The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Your thinking mind is an instrument, a tool. It is there to be used for a specific task, and when the task is completed, you lay it down. As it is, I would say about 80 to 90% of most people's thinking is not only repetitive and useless, but because of its dysfunctional and often negative nature, much of it is also harmful. Observe your mind, and you will find this to be true. It causes a serious leakage of vital energy. This kind of compulsive thinking is actually an addiction. What characterizes an addiction? Quite simply this: you no longer feel you have the choice to stop. It seems stronger than you. It gives you a false sense of pleasure, and pleasure that invariably turns to pain. And the second reading is from Spiritual Economics by Eric Butterworth. The outer world of material substance is the reflection of the inner realm of your thoughts, feelings, attitudes, beliefs, and convictions. The conditions of your life are created by the consciousness that you hold, as within, so without. When you change your consciousness, your life condition changes accordingly. The abundant life is not determined by outer possessions, but by inner realizations. You may possess millions of dollars, yet be poor in your sense of lack. Conversely, you may have little or nothing in material possessions, yet be rich in your awareness of the riches of life.
Well, it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker today. Melinda Jacobs is an ordained minister, religious science practitioner, spiritual leader, holistic restorative coach, clinical hypnotherapist, speaker, teacher, and author. She is dedicated to facilitating profound transformation both individually and globally. Specializing in guiding individuals through trauma recovery and holistic restoration, Melinda's compassionate approach encompasses health, relationships, finances, and faith, fostering deep personal and collective renewal. Her spiritually grounded methodology encourages individuals to cultivate self-compassion and connect with their inner selves and the divine, leading to healthier, more meaningful lives. And she's an energy person. Awesome. So let's give her a nice, warm welcome. Melinda.
Thank you, Alice. Good morning, everybody. You made it up an hour earlier. Good for you. So today's talk is about how much money it took to keep Gandhi poor. I love that statement. I'm going to bring into the room different consciousnesses, high frequency, high vibrational consciousnesses. I want you to think of them like dropping food coloring into a clear glass of water. Have you ever seen that? How it just swirls and swirls. And over time, the water itself takes on that color. So the energy that we're going to start with is this beautiful woman, Edwene Gaines. She wrote The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. I got to meet Edwene. She walked in on stage, head to toe, in crushed purple velvet. Like royalty, she walked in, and there was this singular chair sitting in the center of the stage, high back, and she sat down like the queen she is. And she says, there's one thing I need you to know about me. I am a powerful woman. I almost fell on my seat. I was like, wow, she was. She is. And I want you to know one thing. If you only walk away from today's conversation with one thing, it's this. You are a powerful creator. You have within you the creative force that put the heavens and the universe together. You have within you that inspiration, that potentiality. That's the truth of your being. We're going to talk about some uncomfortable things today, like money. And I want you to remember the truth of your being. I want to really anchor in and root in this understanding, this truth that our natural state of being is prosperity. It is abundance. This is our natural state. So thank you, Edwene, for reminding us of our kingdom and our queendom, of the truth of our being, that we are powerful creators. Eric Butterworth, oh my goodness. Through my studies, I'm just a constant learner. Will forever be reading and learning and gathering information. And a lot of it passes through. I can't recall a lot. I'm always impressed by people who can do that. But every once in a while, there's that one statement that just lands, just knocks you to your knees, takes you to your core. And it was that line. It took a whole lot of money to keep Gandhi poor. I felt like something hit me when I saw that. It forever changed me. And the story was very simple. It was just Gandhi going around India, talking about Gandhi things, teaching Gandhi things. He had people with him, a lot of them. He had his whole entourage. And it took a lot of money to feed them. It took a lot of money to house them, to get them from point A to point B. It took a lot of money to keep Gandhi in that chosen state of poverty. He had his glasses, his robe, his bowl, and his sacred text. Those were his possessions. And that was a choice of his. And I have no judgment about that choice, as I continue to hold no judgment to anyone for whatever state of being they're in. But it took a lot of money to keep him in that state. And so it got me thinking, as Alice said, I'm an energy person. Energy is my first language. I didn't realize that till much later in life, that I feel things. I feel the frequency and the vibration of things. Did you feel that music? It was so beautiful, because there's an energy to it. And did you know that money is energy? That's all it is. Hate to demystify it. No, actually I don't. I want to demystify it. I want to normalize what it is. It's just energy. It's an agreed upon exchange in which we use to get things. We use it to receive a service. We use it to buy something. It's just an exchange. And so this idea of taking a lot of money to keep Gandhi in his state, what kind of energy are we expending to keep ourselves in our current state of limitation? Are you experiencing the level of abundance in your life that you were meant to experience, that is in your inherent being? And if not, why? From our reading today, it talked about that high percentage of what is in our unconscious realm. There's a very high percentage of what we don't know that's operating and moving us into our way of being. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist by trade, and people come to me and are like, oh, I don't know that I really want to be put into a hypnotic state. I don't know if that's possible. And I giggle, as I always do, and I tell them that's not my job. It's really not my job to put you into a trance. My job is to wake you up. You're already in a trance. We're already in a trance. If we're living in ill health, if we're living in poverty in any way, if we are experiencing lack in our lives, we are in a trance. And it's my job. It's my pleasure. It's my honor. It is my purpose to wake people up. So let's talk about the things. Let's name them. There's such a taboo that I have seen, I've bumped into, I have experienced in my own self of this new thought teaching not wanting to name the things. Ooh, can't feel fear. Ooh, can't name cancer. Ooh, we have to stay away from it. And on one level, that's true. It is true. But on another level, on our human level, we need to be validated. We need to really understand and have those parts and places within us seen, heard, appreciated. So let's name some of the energies that are keeping us stuck in our limitation. Number 1, envy. I love studying energy. I think it's fascinating. I see the world as energetic patterns just playing out. It's really interesting. And I was not brought up in a very strict religious household, so I don't have the charge around certain kind of spiritual teachings like some do. So I'm really not trying to be flippant, but why is envy deadly? What? When? Why? Why? And so I went to my meditation space, my contemplation space, and I started asking that higher than me knowledge, explain to me why envy's deadly. Well, we have to understand what envy is first. And we misuse this term. We switch them around. We don't get it right. So many people say, I have, maybe you have too, oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, you got to go do that? I'm so jealous. No, you're not. You're not jealous. Jealous is when we have something that we have and we're afraid we're going to lose it. That's jealousy. But envy is when we see something out there that we don't perceive right here. And we have this wanting, this longing. Envy is deadly because it puts all our attention, all our focus, all our energy, all our consciousness on lack. The more we focus on whatever we're focusing on, we are compounding it. The universe says one thing to us and one thing only. It says yes. You want to focus on lack? It says, okay, here's some more. You want to focus on illness? Okay, here's some more. Now let's be kind to ourselves. Let's be gentle. A couple years ago, I was in very ill health. I was dying for the third time. And I was working with someone who was trained as a new thought person, how to do prayer, and I got shamed for feeling scared because I was dying. Please don't do that to yourself. If you are in a situation that is scaring you and you can't find your way out of it, that's why we have prayer partners. That's why we have spiritual leaders. That's why we have people we can go to help remind us of our truth. So please be kind to yourself, beloved, if you're having a difficult time getting out of these energies, right? Another energy that keeps us stuck in our limitation is this sense of feeling like a victim. Now, let me just be the poster child of that. I spent most of my adult life, I am now out of it, I'm very happy about that. I spent most of my adult life in this idea of, please, would you please come rescue me from me? Please come make me happy, please come make me prosperous. I saw everything outside of me, and I was not taking personal responsibility for myself, or my happiness, or my finances, or my life. And then when they didn't show up and do it the way I wanted it to, they didn't rescue me from my little tower, oh, I was so angry. That is a miserable way to live, I gotta tell you. And one of the stories in Eric Butterworth's Spiritual Economics, which I just absolutely adored this story, is he gave the analogy of an orange grove. It's not like the oranges are sneaking around the orange grove at night, sticking oranges on each other. That's not how it works. Every orange tree produces its own fruit because the potentiality of that lives within every organism, every being. You are your own orange tree. Time to bring out your own fruit. How many of you join me, are chronic judgers? Oh my gosh, did you know it's inherently our nature is to judge and assess people? Within a split second, we've already made 7 judgments about someone when we meet someone new. It's just the nature of our being. But when we can name it, when we can recognize it, we can start to change it. But when we judge others for what they have, there's the envy. It keeps us stuck, keeps us in our limitation. Because there's this interesting thing that we could never become what we judge. So if you're looking at someone who's abundant, who's prosperous, who's happy, who's joyful, and you're going, ugh, look at them, ugh, can't believe what they're doing with their money, ugh, that's just so horrible. That prevents you from ever being able to step in and experience your own natural, inherent, abundant self. Judgment keeps us stuck in our limitation. I love this phrase, arguing for our limitations. This comes from Abraham Hicks, Abraham being a consciousness, Esther Hicks being the body and the mouthpiece of Abraham. Abraham Hicks talks about arguing for your limitations. Oh, I love this one so much. I'm a health coach. I help people restore their health. And one of the things that I hear is this all the time. Well, you know, I would do that, but I can't. Well, you know, I'd have to give this up, and I don't know, I just don't have the energy. Like, literally, they get into this position of arguing and defending the limitation itself. Where are you doing that? Where are you preventing yourself from stepping into your abundant nature by defending the limitation itself? Be kind, be gentle. It's natural to do this because we identify it. It was not an easy journey to get to where I am in this moment. Letting go of the need to be a victim. Letting go of the need to be sick. Letting go of the need to be helpless and powerless. I identified with those things. That's who I thought I was. Again, let me remind you, anything beyond pure potentiality is not who you are. Your inherent nature is to be abundant. And these are the energies that we get to look for to step out of that. So I love this quote. Again, this one landed, just cut straight through me. Ernest Holmes was talking about Carl Jung, very famous psychiatrist. We have this testimony from Jung that after 35 years of experience and analysis, he has never yet known of one single permanent healing of a neurosis without a restoration of faith. That took me to my knees. How important it is for us to understand our inherent nature, that we are part of something greater, that we are and have that within us right here, right now, and that potentiality to step out of our limitation and into our abundant self is right here in this moment. It's been in every moment. And we live by free will. And we get to choose. So here's some things that you can do to help restore your faith. Number 1, gratitude. Are you sick of hearing this yet? You just need to get grateful. it's so prevalent. It keeps coming up and again, beloveds, because it works. Gratitude. And when you're in a state of illness, when you're in a state of lack, it feels a little difficult. And we live in an abundant universe. We have to see it. We have to choose to look at the abundant nature of the universe that is reflecting our abundant nature back. I went to Peru 15, 20 years ago, and I had never really traveled third world yet to that degree. And I really didn't know what I was in for. And I didn't realize how important toilet paper was going to be. This is way before the pandemic. I got to have this lesson before the masses did. And so 2 weeks in the Amazon, on the Inca Trail, toilet paper became very important. And when I got back to the States and I landed at the Houston International Airport, I went to the bathroom and I came out, and like a child on Christmas morning, I screamed to the heavens and everyone there, "They have toilet paper in there!" We can be grateful for the small things, for the small privileges. Take a breath. We have air. Feel this building. We have this sacred place to come allow it to filter through and change our consciousness. We have YouTube. All of these amazing teachers and these amazing minds that I'm bringing into the room for you are free. Hundreds and hundreds of hours of free. We're so abundant. Oh, gratitude is a big deal. The universe is for me. Oh, this is a big step. So when you're in that place that I was, where it's like, everything's against me and no one's here and no one's taking care of me, and I made that step over and I said, you know what, it's my responsibility now. I'm here to take care of me, and you know what? The universe is taking care of me too. It's working for me. Now, I sit with people every day who've had the most horrific things happen to them. I would never beat them up with this principle. Exactly. Love the universe, it's so good. I wouldn't do that. But I can hold that knowing for them, that whatever that difficult thing is, that it's helping them, shaping them, honing them, expanding them. Because if I had not experienced all of that in my past, I never would have gotten here. And sometimes we can't appreciate the universe working for us from that position. But I can just know it within myself. And the more I step over here and away from that, the easier it is to say, yeah, okay, this isn't fun, this isn't pleasant, this is uncomfortable. Promised Reverend Christina I wouldn't cuss from the stage, so fill in the blank. But I know it's shaping us. I know it's honing us. I know that nature shows us who we are. I know that there is a pressure applied to a lump of coal over a certain amount of time, at a certain amount of pressure, uninterrupted, that creates a diamond. What if, right now, the universe is working for us, creating pressure to bring out our very best? Oh, bless them. Not in the kind of, oh, bless your heart kind of way, not like that. But truly, I don't know what someone's up to having the experience they are. I think that one of the challenges around money and abundance and prosperity is because there's so much lack. There's so many people that are really, truly struggling, right? But if we see them in their poverty, we actually anchor them into it. Bless them. I don't know what that soul's up to having that experience, but if I see their inherent abundant nature through and beyond the conditions, that may open them up and ready them to step in and take that personal responsibility, to recognize that within themselves. Bless them. And get curious. It's a lot better than being angry. It's a lot better than being hurt and sad and feeling helpless and powerless. Curiosity allows opportunities to open. It allows you to step out of this place of stuck, lack, limitation. And when we get curious, what's possible? What's the universe got in store for me today? What does Spirit want to say through me? What does the universe want to show me today? When we get curious, we start aligning with that higher frequency, with that higher vibration. These are practices. Please be gentle with yourself, because part of you might still be a little identified in this who you used to be as you're becoming this more abundant, natural state of yourself. Last person I'm going to bring into the room, Dr. Joe Dispenza. Be still my heart. I have been listening to hours and hours and hours of Dr. Joe. He healed himself with his mind beyond what the medical community said was possible. He backs it with science. And what I love about what Dr. Joe teaches is he talks about this idea of heart and mind coherence, that these two need to be synced up. And that if we are saying, I want abundance, more money please, yes please, more of that, but our heart or our mind is not in resonance with that because, oh, look what they did, and oh, envy, and I'm just focused on the lack that I have, that gets out of sync. We get to sync ourselves up. We get to love ourselves in the place where our past has wounded us. We get to remind ourselves on a daily basis of our inherent nature, that we are that divine spark, that we are that presence of the Creator right here, right now, that the universe is working for us. If you take one thing away, beloveds, I want you to know you are powerful. Powerful, powerful beings. And you get to choose. So join me, if you will, closing your eyes, coming into prayer, and just recognizing that divine presence. That divine presence that is in, through, and around all potentiality. That we are individualized expressions of the One. That within this abundance, within this power of creativity is all that we could imagine and beyond. How wonderful it is to know in these times of challenge, of crisis, of conflict, that right there in the midst of it is that divine presence. Right there in the midst of that war is the presence of love, is the potential of peace. And the more we focus on that peace, the more that we focus on that love, the more of that which comes. I am so grateful for all these healing times. I am so grateful for all of these teachers. I am so grateful for every one of you who steps in and with the universe says yes. Yes to our abundant nature. I am so grateful for all that is available to all beings on this planet. I am so grateful for this house of sacred space. I am so grateful to know your, to know our inherent abundance. We release this knowing it's already done, and so it is. Thank you very much.
I was dancing with the leaves and flowers with that. That was beautiful. Let's have the ushers come forward, please, as we affirm together that the universe is working for us. Please join me as we bless this sacred activity. The universe provides all that I need and all that I give. With great joy, I share my prosperity, planting seeds for a world that I am helping to manifest, and so it is. Amen. So here at Althea, we have different ways to give. We have the dip jar in the back where you can just dip. If you're new here, it's $10 a dip, so you can do that. And then you can also, there's a QR code, I believe, on the back of your program you can scan. You can also go to the website and give there. So that's awesome. Thank you. So now that we bless that, before we do that activity, I haven't, come on down and bless it again. I'd like to just ask that we send our collective intention to these funds and the funds that are still flowing toward Althea, highest and best use, and so it is. So it is. So at this point, we'd like to open the floor up for prayers of the people, and we the people. So are there any joys? We used to call it joys and concerns in the good old Methodist church. But is there anything on anybody's heart that they'd like to voice? And if you don't want to voice it, it's still in the field and we'll bless it. But has anything come up this week that anybody would like to lift up? Quiet. I can see some consideration and some confab going on back there. All right. Anybody? Okay, Luis.
I wanted a special prayer for our Islamic families who are starting Ramadan this week, to bless their fasting, and that provides all sorts of beautiful breakthroughs for them this time, this Ramadan.
Beautiful. Thanks. Anybody else? All right. Yes, we're right over here.
I just want to put that out there, or put my prayer request out there as more of a prayer for faith. I personally, I do pray at times, but I see it as if my prayers are already answered. And I think that is true faith, is that even though you might not see it, that it's there. It's coming together.
Thanks for that affirmation. Awesome. Thank you. Beautiful. Anybody else? All right, let's gather those prayers together along with the prayers that are in our hearts and lift those up collectively. So there will be affirmative prayers after the service, and Mike and Connie, I'll be leading that back here over here in Darwin's Den. Okay, and then you can also submit online prayer requests on the website. And with that, let's bring Daryl back up for our community song. And happy Sunday.
Good morning. Let me pull up my lyrics here. Please stand as you're able and join me in our community song today. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. Know the sun will soon arise. In the darkness, lift your eyes. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. In the darkness, lift your eyes. Hold on, hold on. Building walls and spreading hate will not make this country great. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Are you tired of the fight? Are you weary doing right? Keep on walking in the light. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep on walking in the light. Hold on, hold on. Thank you.
All righty, grab a hand. Get ready to shout it out. I have gratitude in my life that the universe is for me. The universe is absolutely for me. I know it. I feel it, and I am it. And so it is.